Hey guys, what's up? So I've been seeing a lot of hate that's been happening in the community in general. There's been a lot of people really unhappy with 343 across a variety of game modes, and really Halo at the moment's looking pretty bleak. So instead of complaining, I've actually done something really constructive, and I've created a document that covers every single aspect of Halo 5 and some improvements that should be made to basically have a better quality of life for its duration leading into Halo 6. So I've covered ranked, I've covered social, I've covered Warzone. Not my opinions, like the other couple of videos I've done. This is just some raw facts that should be implemented. Some with low development time, which could be easily implemented, and others that require a little bit more effort. They're not critical things that have to be done, but they would be great if they could be done in the time frame before Halo 6. So this is the document I've created. It's in conjunction with really everyone in the community, just taking information from everywhere I can gather it to basically enhance the overall experience of everyone in the game across every single game mode and ensure everyone has the best time on Halo 5. So with ranked, the quote that everyone is angry about is that Magnums are being replaced by the battle rifle, but as we all know, the battle rifle isn't in a place where it should really be in a $1 million tournament. It refunds bullets, which means you shoot some and it'll get refunded back into the magazine with a 5-shot perfect, or in very rare circumstances a 6-shot perfect. But just having that level of inconsistency, if that happens, that 5-shot perfect, and they die because only 4 shots hit and they're 1 shot still, that one death could potentially cost a game for someone that changes his entire series, and that changes the entire outcome of the tournament. Just having that level of randomness, it just shouldn't be there, and it just outside of the fact that it just doesn't feel good to use the battle rifle in its current state. I'm not going to talk about the proposed changes too much because you can check them yourself. However, just to summarize it, HCS reverted to Magnum starts, with the battle rifle being slightly buffed to justify it being a pickup weapon on map. I have seen a 343 intends on further tuning the battle rifle because all of the feedback they have been given. Extra HCS changes, no gunfighter Magnum, and HCS oddball to include Coliseum, Rig, Plaza, Eden, potentially Mercy. No Overgrowth, Regret, or Fathom. In saying that, I have also noticed that the oddball will get stuck in certain places in the map, so that should be changed too. That can also alter the total outcome of a game. Next we move on to actual ranked. Team Snipers, high level players can't find enough games to finish their placements. That's a problem. Social, extremely long search times across all game modes, near indefinite wait times for players searching in groups in off-peak times. As I made a video on this before, a test of the system had 3 high-level players. They couldn't find a single game in 45 minutes. Swap out the 149 with a level 10 Smurf account and they could find games. So it's promoting smurfing, and players in other regions who live outside of the US, they won't be able to find games because they're not playing in the off-peak time. So EU, AU, Asia, they struggle to find games. I get messages on Facebook, Twitter saying we can't get games, can you do anything about it, can you send a message to 343, something like that. They want to play the game but they just physically can't, so yeah, it's very frustrating. The proposed solution to this is to keep the current settings that 343 has worked on, because to an extent it's very good because it's a fair balancing approach. However, after 5 minutes, if you can't find a game, expand the search to match not everyone but within 2 standard deviations. So say you're a diamond, you can match platinum, gold, just a little bit more expanded than it is already, instead of like the 0.2 or 0.3% skill bracket that is trying to match you within at the moment. To justify this, I know that the newer players want to have a fair experience as well, and they don't want to get pub stomped. The high level players are only 1% of the core population, and since there is a big bulk of the gold level players, if you search for 5 minutes and then it expands, it's very, very unlikely that the golds are ever going to come across the Onyx level players, because it's going to try and match them with the golds first, so they're going to get games first. And only very rarely, 1%, 2% of the time, they're actually going to match those really high players and have a blowout game. But at least it means that the veteran players will start searching really closely, but they can actually get games if there is no one else to match them. The goal of this implementation will be a fair experience for all players, or an experience just at all because they can't find any games, not just the players that fall in the median skill level, aka golds. Cool, so the next bit is social playlists. Griffball has the lowest of any playlist, and it may be beneficial to either remove it, make it a rotational hopper, so one of the rotational playlists, or just put it straight into the Action Sack playlist. I know there's Riftball already in Action Sack, so it might pay to just put it straight in there altogether. This would basically make room for a Forge-made community map playlist, which then could be incorporated into Slayer or a social community-made playlist, which would be really cool. It'd breathe a lot of new life into the game. And we could have some new classic maps that haven't been in a Halo game before, so that would be really cool. And lastly, just like I remember when Halo 5 first came out, you were able to vote on Twitter or Waypoint on which rotational playlist you'd like to see. At least that could mean the community gets what they want and what's popular, and it would be a nice way to engage with the community. I thought 343 would like to hear that, so I put that in as well. Now moving on to Warzone. I've made a separate section on Warzone, as a coordinated team of 12 is almost always going to blow out solo players. So the solo 150 plus or the solo just really high MMR players are just going to go up against a full stack team and just get pulverized every single game. That sort of outlook just looks detrimental for the community, and it's just going to kill off anyone who's playing in it. Pair that with really long wait times for games for anyone who's very low in skill, high in skill, or just searching an off-peak time. The game's just not going to survive till Halo 6. That's just the bleak outlook of where the community's at, and we have to take steps to ensure that the community can last until the new game comes out. So the proposed solution, this is in conjunction with all the high-tier Warzone players. I've asked for their opinions and their feedback, because I know 12-man Warzone is very important to them. But Warzone custom games exists in not an official capacity, but exists from a guy named Lazeni, who's able to, I'm not sure how he did it, but he was able to in some way load it into Halo 5. So if there was just a development time just to quickly tune that and make it a viable option, then the high level teams could just scrim each other, and they said that is acceptable with the recs they have. This would be great for the competitive side, because then they can play Warzone Warlords, make that into a ranked playlist or a ranked Warzone playlist, and have leaderboards for that, and they can compete against that. In doing so, that means you can make the regular Warzone playlists 6-man, which will obviously speed up the search times because the skill level of the group you're searching with won't be so high, which will mean better games for everyone, less blowout games, and it's really a solution for everyone, which is really good. Lastly, just some overall bug and quality of life fixes. Freezing, this has been a big one for a while. When a player leaves a lobby, it causes everyone's screen to freeze for 3 to 5 seconds. I'm not sure if that's an easy fix. Oddball gets stuck inside the map. Ghost melees, since the 4K update, they exist again, or they're more prevalent. Frame rate issues, especially on the Forge maps. Pegasus, Orion a little bit. Top mid on recurve, 1 base on fracture. Ryzen is pretty bad too on BTB. I think I'm not sure why, but maybe the 4K update rolled back some of the features or the hotfixes that they put into for frame rate issues, and it tends to drop quite a bit in certain places now, so I'm not sure if they can easily fix that. So yeah, just to summarize, the new Halo World Championship Series is only 2 months away. The settings aren't even set in concrete yet, so a lot of people are frustrated and upset. If you do have some constructive criticism, leave it in a comment below, and we can send this video to 343 for their feedback. They know how serious this is for us. Be constructive, support each other, and just don't swear at 343. Don't send them death threats. Don't be say, I'm going to kill you if you don't do this, or I'm quitting Halo, I'm just giving up. And don't say to people like, go to another game if you're not happy with Halo, because obviously some people in the community are very passionate. I'm one of them. I want the game to be as good as it possibly can be, and I'm very confident that we can get there if we work together as a community with 343, and instead of just blatantly insulting them and expecting things to happen, because it's just not going to happen, and they're just going to straight up ignore you guys. So again, share it to 343, and hopefully we can have a really strong game heading into Halo 6 with some great settings, at least on the matching side of things, and yeah, hopefully we can make Halo 5 a great game for the rest of the time it has. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later. Bye.